Welcome to the Synergy Podcast, the space where we redefine how we move, heal, and experience our bodies. My name is Arianna Montanari, a yoga teacher, soap maker, and beekeeper, and really advocate for a pain-free life driven by pleasure. Here, we break free from the unspoken rules that tell us how we should look, how we should move and feel. And through intuitive movement, self-care, and deeper connection with nature, we explore what it truly means to live without tension, pain, or limitations. So whether you're a yogi, a seeker, or simply curious about stepping into a more liberated way of living, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. Welcome to this new episode of the Synergy podcast. My name is Arianna Montanari, and today my guest is Sofia Montanari. It's a Montanari episode. So I'm going to briefly introduce Sofia from my point of view, so what I see, and then I'll leave the floor to you so that you can share some of your experience. So I invited Sofia to the podcast because she is one of those women in my surroundings who are really mindful about the way she's living her life. So life is not just happening to her, she is actually the driver. She is in the driver's seat. And over the past years, she has created changes in her life, which I think are so inspiring and really worth it to be put out there, spread out there, so that maybe you are in the same position, a similar situation, and it can be of inspiration for those who maybe feel stuck. Sofia is the founder of An Italian Pause, a project born to bring a touch of Italy closer to Stockholm, to Sweden, where we live, through curated and intimate experiences. So she moved to Stockholm in 2021 and she fell in love with the city's calm rhythm and also wanted to stay connected to her Italian roots. So, with An Italian Pause, Sofia blends the Italian warmth and the Swedish balance to inspire a more mindful, beautiful, we say, way of living. So, Sofia, thank you for being here, and the floor is yours.
Okay. Exciting. So, ciao Arianna.
Ciao.
Hi everyone. Thank you very much for having me here today. I'm so happy, excited, and humble at the same time to be your guest, your podcast today. Exactly. And thank you for your amazing introduction. Really.
It's
Thank
from the
you.
heart. I said nothing
Thank
but
you.
truth.
Yes. And as you mentioned, we share our surname and we are not family, like in a traditional
No,
way.
very interesting to move to move abroad and find a person who has the same surname.
Exactly. I say that our surnames are not the only thing that we share, but we share many interests. Yoga. Yes.
We'll
If you
talk
want to
about it.
mention one,
We'll talk
yeah.
about it.
Yoga, meditation, but in general, the idea of being very present and very grounded in the moment and try to be the drivers of our own lives.
Yeah.
Yes, we're doing our best.
Oh, we are doing our best.
Yes, we're really trying.
I am a little bit curious because I would like you to share a little bit about your journey. So, over the past years, I would like to know where you started. Where were you when all of this turmoil of change, um, when you started noticing for the first time, and where you are now, and maybe some pivoting moments, like those moments where you said, oh, suddenly, when everything changes.
Of course, of course. Yes. As you mentioned, I moved to Stockholm in 2021, and I think this has been the one of the most crucial moment of my life, of course. I moved to Stockholm to write my master thesis, and the plan was to stay here in Stockholm for 6, 9 months, maybe 12. Yes. to write my master thesis. But then life had other plans for me. Or I wanted like life to have other plans for me.
That's an
Yeah,
interesting twist. Yes.
exactly. So I fell in love with Stockholm. I really, really fell in love with Stockholm. And I think it has been like love at first sight. I arrived here in January 2021, 1st of January. It
Wow.
was very, very cold, very,
Okay.
very dark. Yeah. And I spent my first night in this hotel on the Humlegården. And if you're not from Stockholm and you have never been to Stockholm, Humlegården is like this city park. It's not the biggest that we have, but I think it's really cozy. And it has its own charm,
Yeah.
I think. It's like encapsulated among beautiful buildings. The architecture is very, very, very fascinating.
And the trees, they're
The
such
trees,
beautiful trees. It's like,
yes, yes. And there is also this law, that during winter time when it's very short, like it's so cozy, so beautiful. So I spent my first night in that hotel, and when I woke up, it was -13.
wow.
And I looked outside the window, it was like all covered in snow, very cold, and people were biking in the park. And in that moment, I think, like with the light of that moment, the cold, the snow, there I felt like this very rational attraction and somehow attachment to
What do you
the
mean by rational?
irrational.
Irrational.
Irrational, yes. No, irrational. Yes, yes.
Yes. Okay.
Because it was my first time ever in Stockholm, like never been in Stockholm before. But in that moment, I felt that I was in the right place somehow. Yes, yes. And that feeling of being like in the right place, of being home, has stayed with me for many, many months. And then like my master thesis was ready. But even before going back to Italy to discuss the thesis, I secured myself a position at Stockholm University to have like the guarantee that I was coming back. So then I went back to Italy, defended my thesis, and then a few months later I came back here to Stockholm.
You could not stay away.
No, because I started to develop this huge sense of FOMO
While you were here.
while I was here, and I had this huge fear of missing out that was in part, yes, related to Stockholm and to the life in Stockholm and to all the beautiful things that you can see in this city and that are happening around the city. But on the other side, if I think about it now, I think it was especially a FOMO about the version of myself I was discovering here in Stockholm. So I was so afraid of missing out the person I was becoming or the person I was discovering because it was not maybe a becoming someone, but it was just me. I was just discovering like probably my true self and my core. Yes.
It was not a new person. It's a version of you who was just there, but it was almost like activated by being in Stockholm, of being in a different environment. And it does so much. Just being away from friends, being in a completely new environment, new habits, new air, even. And everything is new. And so you come to this point and you're like, who am I now?
Yes.
Who am I now in this environment? Did you feel that?
I felt that. I felt that, and then of course it was a very particular moment when I moved here to Stockholm because it was January 2021. We were like in the middle of the pandemic. We were coming from very difficult months, I think, because I come from the north of Italy. So it was like red zone and very long lockdown. It's very scary, especially at the beginning. So my body, but especially my mind, was really looking for something different, really looking for an awakening experience somehow. And I think that coming to Stockholm was the wow moment I was looking for. Yes.
Yeah, wow moment.
Yeah. I needed a wow moment. I needed something that somehow could like drag me back to life, you know?
Yes, I know exactly what you mean.
Because after that extremely long period spent in lockdown and with all like the difficulties and everything, I really needed something to awake me and to make me feel alive. Yes, yes. And when I arrived to Stockholm, and I don't think it was like random. I think that I truly believe that Stockholm is my place in the world. So I don't think that this could have happened if I was going, I don't know, let's say to Barcelona. Yeah, yeah. I don't think that I would have had the same experience or the same effect because I mirror myself a lot in Stockholm. I mean, it's very calm, it's very balanced, and this is who I aspire to be, like a very balanced, grounded, and calm person. So I found my place in the world, and I'm lucky. I think. I think I'm very lucky to have found my place in the world and to be aware of
Yeah,
the fact that I found my place
exactly.
in the world.
Do you think you were, or do you know if you were less calm, less balanced before you came here?
Yes, yes, definitely. I was less calm, less balanced. Yes, I was not the person who I am now.
Hmm.
And it has been a journey. It's been a long journey. At the beginning, it was, I was very focused on adapting to my new life abroad. And this process of adapting and adjusting, of course, came with discovering sides of myself I was not aware of. So at the very beginning, all my energies were kind of focused on that. And then when this part was done, let's say, I could have more energies to put on other aspects of my life. But then the second pivot moment came, I think, because in January 2024, so
Okay.
almost 2 years ago.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was thinking 1 year or something. No, actually 2 years ago.
Like time flies, it's crazy.
Wow. Yeah.
Yes. So that in January 2024, I had my surgery for endometriosis, and it has been a huge moment for me, both for my body and my mind. And ironically, if I think about myself before the surgery, I was very like concerned for my body. I was like, okay, it's gonna take a lot to heal, a lot to be back maybe on my foot and go back practicing yoga, and we will come back to that. I was very concerned about my body. If I think about it now, I think that my body was just fine.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, were you actually suffering in like a very concrete way, or was it more like, oh, I know that something is out of balance?
Yes, like of course I've been like I mean I needed time to heal, and it took like I think 3 months for my body to
Okay.
heal and to be able to start going back to where I was before. But it has been especially a lot of work for my mind.
Or the biggest hinders, like the biggest things you went through in your mind?
Yeah, I think on one side, like the surgery forced me to stop. Okay. And I'm a very active person. Okay. And I like to do many things. I have this FOMO. But in general, like I need to fulfill my cup, my life. And so the surgery forced me to stop, to stay in bed. And that was really, I'm not saying that it was really hard on my mind because it would give it like a negative like meaning. Yes, but it was strong on my mind. It was something like my mind needed to process and somehow to make peace with. And on the other side, uh, my mind was like, okay, now it's like the body is healed.
Mm.
So now I need to heal myself
Mm.
together with the body. And we can be like a system or together.
Yeah.
And so, yes, I did a lot of work. I did a lot of work on myself. I did a lot of work with health, of course. And that has been like super, super precious.
Mm.
And honestly, one of the things I thank most my therapist for, among all the other ones,
Many things you're thankful for.
poor girl, my therapist, like, it's like I say, yes, but she made me discover yoga. Yes, yes,
So it's her who told you, maybe you should try yoga.
yeah, yeah,
Mm.
because like I was struggling a lot with anxiety, really a lot, and with control issues and everything. So she suggested me like along our journey and our like the therapy. She was like, you should try yoga and meditation. And I decided to try. Yes, I was here in Stockholm.
Huh? So
Um
this is where you started
yes,
yoga.
yes. I was here in Stockholm. I was not practicing any like kind of sport or nothing back at that time because I used to practice ballet for many
All
many years
right.
in
So
Italy.
that's your background.
Yes. And so I was like, why not? I mean, I always been curious about it.
Yeah.
So yes, I found a studio very close to my place.
Perfect.
Exactly. And I started to practice Ashtanga.
Okay.
And that became really crucial in my like journey and in my healing process on one side, but in this like journey of finding and uncovering my real self, my core, like removing all the layers that were there and letting my core be out and be like just free to be. So
And it's interesting that you felt this in a practice that is so, say, regulated
yeah,
and almost like strict. And that's the beauty of humans.
yes.
There's something that works for you,
Mhm.
something that does not work for me. It could be exactly the same thing. And so you found your balance, your safety
Mhm.
in a practice that is very repetitive. It's like
Yes.
always the same, somehow supported.
Mhm. Mhm. But that's for me, it's very relieving because, as I mentioned, yes, I used to struggle a lot with anxiety
Huh?
and with the fear of things that I cannot control beyond my control. And so the possibility of like having a practice that is always the same. So I know what to expect. My body knows what to expect. Allowed me to make a lot of room for my mind because I don't have to think, okay? And I think a lot. I'm a person that thinks a lot.
A lot.
I used to overthink a lot. Now I've been able like to close that overthinking chapter, but still like I studied philosophy.
So you have to overthink.
I studied philosophy, so I of course
Yeah.
I'm a lot
It
in my
makes sense.
mind. I'm a lot in my mind, and it's where I feel like the most urgent need of resting. Like my body's almost never tired, to be honest. Like
But it's more the mind.
it's more the mind, yes. And Ashtanga gave me that. I mean, once I learned the sequence and all the steps and everything, when I'm there, like my body just knows what to do,
Yeah.
of course, and find its own comfort in doing always the same thing and in feeling like the same. Yes, it's like you feel like the same sensation in your muscles and your body, and it's very comforting for my body. And it leaves to my mind the possibility to rest because in that moment, I'm just focused on my breath
Yeah.
and on like giving myself the rhythm through my breath. And in that way, I can really, really rest and ground myself. So for me, it's very, very like I cannot skip yoga. I cannot skip my yoga practice. I've been practicing it since 2000. Yes, it was the end of 2021. Like every Monday evening for 1 hour and a half, I have this like my world is on the mat, you know. And when I had to pause it after the surgery, of course, for 3 months, I was very, very scared. But
Scared of what?
I was scared of losing that grounding moment, like of losing that moment during the week that I knew was there. Like I knew that whatever was going on with my life, whatever was happening, I had those 90 minutes to go back to myself, let my mind rest, let my body find its own comfort and being just there on the mat. But now I think it has been really important as well, because in that moment I've been able to like bring the yoga practice from the mat and the studio to my daily life.
Exactly.
And understand that yoga doesn't end in the studio, doesn't end on the mat, but it's something that you carry with
That you
with
practice.
yourself.
You
Yeah.
practice in your daily life.
Yeah.
Totally. The way you live, the way you choose, the way you behave, the way you connect with other people. That's all, let's call it regulated. You have principles for that, and the same type of kindness or truthfulness or maybe being more centered that you practice on your body on the mat. You can practice exactly the same, but like outside. So yoga can be the ability to feel calm in stressful situations, but it can also be the ability to still feel engaged in very calm, say, boring situations.
Yes.
And probably when you were in bed, have to recover, you were like, oh my God, I need to do something. And that was like, I mean, now I can use, it was like the next step.
Yes, exactly, exactly. So I think that that moment was somehow what I needed. Of course, I needed it for my body and for everything on that side, but it was like the next push that my mind and also like my journey needed. And so 2024 has been a very crucial year for me. It has been it has been, I'm not saying hard year because like it would be like too negative, but it has been like a year with a lot of work to be done.
Intense,
Yes,
meaningful.
exactly. It has been an intense year. Yes, I done.
Intense.
Yes, I done a lot of work during that year, but it brought me where I am now, and I'm very, very happy about it. I'm truly grateful. I'm grateful to myself.
Always.
Exactly. I'm grateful to myself and to my body and to my mind because they carried me through that journey.
Yeah.
And they allowed me to like go through the journey and they brought me here where I am now. And I think that with 2025, I finished like the process of uncovering and removing all the layers that were around my core. And I've been able like to put my core out there and say to the world, hello, visit me.
I want to take a moment to talk about something truly special and close to the heart. Miele Strega, my own line of natural handmade body products. And as you know, I am passionate about moving with ease and feeling good in our bodies, and that extends to what we put on our skin. Each batch of Miele Strega products is crafted with love, for real, by me, using ingredients from my very own beehives and my darling bees, combined with the pure botanicals. Whether it's a soothing luxury whipped body butter, a nourishing lip balm, or a gentle soap, everything is designed to support your body's natural rhythm, just like the practices we explore here. If you're looking for skincare that's pure, it's intentional and deeply connected and aligned to nature, check it out at mielestrega.com. And because you're a listener, I've got a special gift for you. Use the code SYNERGY10, spelled with Y and Y, for 10% off your first order. Now, back to our conversation.
And that will lead us to the next chapter. But before we move on, just out of curiosity, what would a person like you, what would happen with you if you came, for instance, to a class that is more flowy, where you can actually improvise, create your own movements, to a class in a new style, which means that you don't know what's next, and it's like super nice and super flowy, but you don't know what will that create in you?
Terror.
And this is why she never went to Arianna's classes. It is supposed to be relaxing, but it would not be fully relaxing for you, right?
I mean, I think that now I can handle all of this better. So I'm able to put myself out there and to go outside my comfort zone and to embrace things with a different mindset. So probably, and no offense, but and it's just an idea, maybe then I will change my mind. It will never be like my comfort practice, because to find comfort, that is what I need. But it's something that I just decide to embrace. Like, it's something that life has brought to me. So I don't know, probably there is a meaning for that. And we just need to find it. It will be challenging, I don't know, but also I'm very curious about it, and I'm curious to put myself in that situation and see how my body and how my mind are gonna react. And it's of course part of the practice. Put your body and your mind there and just like observe them and see what is gonna happen. Yeah.
What is the scary part of it? What is it that
Maybe not being told what to do
what if you are told what to do?
in a structured way.
Okay. Interesting.
Like, because I feel that I'm very in control in my life. I'm very in control in all the aspects of my life. So sometimes I just need like to delegate the control.
Please control me. I get how your mind works.
So I don't wanna think.
Yeah.
I don't wanna have to be in charge. I don't wanna have to feel that I'm in charge.
But then in your mind, that, say, improvising means that you are not in charge.
But if I had to improvise,
If you want to move freely,
okay.
are you not in charge? Who's moving?
If I want to move freely, I'm in charge.
You're in charge.
Yeah, and that's what scares me. In a yoga practice.
Yeah.
Not in life. In life, I need to be in charge. And it's a problem if I'm not in charge, like
Okay.
if I'm not controlling. But if I wanna rest, if I wanna relax, I need to feel that I'm not in charge.
Okay. But could you be actively moving, like the way you're just feeling like, and be able to enjoy it? Because maybe there is some type of maybe performance. Right? Would that be possible for you? I'm just just out of
Yes.
curiosity
No,
that I'm
yes.
asking.
I think this is something we'll find out. Like, we will find it out. Living, she has like this big eyes, like, oh my goodness. Of course, I'm able to do it. We will find out if I will like be really able to enjoy it.
Yeah.
But this will be like telling something about
Interesting.
myself. So, yes.
Interesting. All right. Thank you for being so open about it. I just wanted to I don't understand it, because it's not for everybody, right? And there's so many types of styles of yoga that you really find whatever suits you at that moment. Because throughout life, I also thought that Ashtanga was my greatest love, and I would never quit Ashtanga. I would practice my whole life, and now 5 years later, like I'm like, hell no, I'm not going back there. This practice makes more sense for me. And so I just wanted to put that out there.
And I also think it's something that it doesn't have to be always the same.
No, totally not.
Maybe now it makes a lot of sense for you.
Exactly.
But who knows, maybe in 5 years.
Exactly. 10 years. Absolutely. Because the body changes and you might get like curious about something else. So absolutely. I'm all up for learning and keep like absorbing.
Yeah, exactly.
So talking about that, recently started a new project called An Italian Pause. What is it? How was it born? Your baby?
Yes. Lord, like sometimes when I think about it, it's like, why it's crazy.
It is. I think it's wild when you think how you have an idea and then you actually make it real.
Yes.
From an idea, it's like, oh, but I'm doing it.
Exactly. And then you cannot realize that you're doing it, that it's really out there, you know?
Fascinating.
Yes.
How was it born?
So, yes. So when I came like to have this like balance and to have like myself out in the world, I also been able to go back to my roots, of course, because then I had like the mental space and energy to go back to my roots that are Italian, of course. I mean, I found my home here in Stockholm, and I will always say that and never like deny it, but I will never deny that I'm Italian as well. So finally, I had the capacity to bring that up and realize that I didn't want to miss it. I didn't want to leave it back in my own home country. I wanted to carry it with me, and I wanted to make it part of my identity because it is part of my identity. I mean, we are Italian. We cannot like change that. And so I started to think a little bit, and it was kind of like not a very like rational thinking. It was not like on a rational surface. It was more like a stream of consciousness, you know. And one day I just got the insight. And it was like, what if I create something to let people experience Italy without having to go to Italy, but that it's not something just about like having a cooking class or having like sitting down and having an Italian meal, but it's something that you can find a lot in the world, a lot in Stockholm. I wanted to offer to the people the possibility to experience. And so to create something to bring here the culture, the lifestyle, and to let people embrace it and experience it here in Stockholm. And so an Italian Pause was born. And I always present it as like, yes, a project to bring a little bit of Italy to Stockholm through curated intimate experiences, because this is what I want to do. I want for the people to come to the experience that I think and create for them. And I want for them to feel that they are in Italy for a few hours.
Create a magic.
Exactly. I'm trying my best. But yes, this is how it was born. I got the idea. I think I got the insight like end of June, beginning of July.
It's October. It's almost November now. Yes. So it's very recent.
It's very early. I just decided to go for it. Like felt that was like the right idea, and that was what I really wanted. I really want to do. So it was like, okay, not overthink it.
Yeah, go for it.
Go for it. Just do it. Like worst thing first. Worst thing worst. Like will not work.
Yeah.
And then we will reframe starting from there. but so far it's working.
I know that you had an event, an experience where you went to the local farmers market and then you went to a local restaurant called Piadina and put together, right?
Yes.
And you receive a very special feedback.
Yes, yes, I did, and that made me feel so happy, like in the in its purest, like
It's almost fulfilled.
yeah,
Like, yes, this is right.
exactly, exactly. Because as you mentioned, yes, we went to the farmer market, we bought fresh ingredients, then we went to Piadina, we cooked all together, and then we sat down and shared dinner.
What did you
together.
cook?
So we cooked an amazing risotto with
Mushrooms.
yes, and then we made the pumpkin parmigiano. It was delicious.
Ah,
Delicious. Yes,
interesting. I have never made that.
it was delicious.
Have a pumpkin at home? Thank you for the tip.
We made a crostata.
So you made several dishes.
Yes, yes. It was like a four courses meal, and in the end we all sat together. We shared the dinner, and after that, one of the girls joined me and texted me saying like, I really felt as if I was like in an Italian home cooking with my friends and family.
That's beautiful.
And that for me was really beautiful because that it's exactly what I want the people to experience being in Italy and having those like Italian moments, Italian feelings, really Italian experiences.
What are those moments for you? What is it about? Can you put a name on it? Because I know what you mean.
Yes, I mean it's familiarity and it's the idea of sharing. It's the idea of being there together and doing something together and share what you're doing. It's really that image about sitting around the table or together and that and then you eat something that you either have been cooking like all together or maybe that each of you brought there. It's like it's for like maybe it's an image, it's like you bring something to the table and you share it. And that is the feeling that you can find like in many different aspects of your life. It's not only like food related. Of course, food is a lot too, and in my own life, but it's not all there, It's like showing up to life, bringing your own little part and sharing it with all the other people that are sitting at your table, the table of your
I
life.
think that is also a way to be seen, a moment where you are actually seen.
Yes.
And I think that generally speaking, of course, in Swedish cultures, like Swedish people are longing for this because all this, I think in this country, it is very easy to feel isolated, to feel invisible because nobody reaches out and nobody cares. So there is not the same idea of community, right? Of saying hi to the neighbor, of having a little conversation when you go and get coffee. So it all converts into being very anonymous and thinking nobody sees me.
Yes.
I am invisible. And so I think that what you bring in your experiences, it is that moment where you're literally putting something on the table. I made this and look at me. I made this and I want to share it with you.
Exactly.
So you have this exchange of
Yes.
chats, but it's like also an energetic exchange, right?
Yes. 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 So I think this is what I want to bring here to Stockholm. And I think it's something very Italian. I think it's something specific, very specific from Italy, because when I talk with people like from Sweden, but also from all around the world, they're like, you go to Italy and you feel that sense of belonging.
Yes.
Exactly. And so the idea is that like take a chair and sit down. You belong here. You can like eat the food. We can share it. We can talk. We can chat. Yes. And of course I want to offer this experience as a feeling. So I don't want to like stop to the food, because I think that Italian culture is way more than food. It's art, of course. It's beauty, and it's a lifestyle. Yes. And that lifestyle is like to bring in, to belong, to share. And I want for the people to join me to feel this like belonging feeling and experience that belonging feeling and that warmth, of course, with some maybe good food.
Yeah, especially now in this autumn and winter season when it's easier to go inwards, then you're still cultivating that contact with people simply. I know that I have just organized a retreat in Italy, and it was really beautiful how people would just gather around the table without me. It was like I had scheduled maybe the meal for 1 hour, 1.5 hours, and we will always end up over 2 hours. So it was very interesting how just by being there, it just happened. It felt so natural.
And that's what I love also about Italy, where you just like sit around the table and you stay there for hours and hours, and you just stay there, and you embrace maybe also like the dolce far niente.
Absolutely. And I know that I have a client who expressed that it would have been nice with a little bit more silence. And I was like, yes, I get it, but also no, because we are here to socialize. We're here to connect. So there's always a space for silence, but I think that in this country we have silence enough. So to feel that, to create that feeling of group, of sharing, I want that freedom to speak. I don't want to put that, lid on and say, no, no, nobody speaks, which is very, I mean, I have done that. So it is a very interesting process, and sometimes it is very needed. But what it did, well, not to have that created such a beautiful community, sharing moments that otherwise would not have happened.
Exactly.
And so I think it was really an added value um, that happened there.
Yes, 100%. Yeah. So sorry I could not join you.
Yeah. Next year, next time.
Next time. Yes.
It will definitely happen again. So Sophia and I are organizing a cozy event on the 9th of November. Would you like to talk into that? How these two, it's like a super team that we're doing. Your superpowers and my superpowers.
So yes, on the 9th of November, we are gonna have this Sunday dolce far niente experience.
I like the sound of that.
Yes, because I wanted to bring that here to Stockholm. I wanted to bring that part of our lifestyle, but it's just sometimes just like sit and enjoy it. Enjoy that you're just sitting down and you have nothing to do, and it's so like liberating. I mean, at least from my point of view.
Yeah, and you spoke about FOMO, and this is exactly right. Let it go and just be here.
Just be here. And that, of course, meets a lot the yoga practice.
Yeah.
Because, yes, when you sit on the mat, you're just like there. It's just like it's a lot about
That's
being
the aim.
there.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's the aim.
Exactly.
Doesn't always happen.
No,
That's
no,
the
it
aim.
doesn't always happen. You need to embrace that as well. It's also a good exercise, understanding why I cannot just be here. Yes.
Yeah.
But the idea, you're just there
Mm.
and you're supposed to enjoy it. So of course it's something sweet, something dolce. So I think that there is a lot of contact between yoga and with like Italian philosophy somehow. So I decided to bring it to life here in Stockholm, and we are gonna have this cozy Sunday morning with a 60 minutes yoga class led by you,
By
Arianna.
me.
Exactly. Followed by a traditional Italian breakfast. So we're gonna have fresh bread, marmalade, yogurt, and the honey that you make.
That my
And
bees
that,
make.
yes.
Let's give credit. I steal it from them, but
And I truly admire you for this.
It's a wild ride.
Yes, but I really, really admire you for this.
You should come next year when it's bee season again, and it's fine. We'll really tuck you in every single skin centimeter so they don't sting you.
Okay. We could try it and do it. Could like see it as a
It's
practice.
beautiful. It's incredibly fascinating. I
Yes.
receive children, and when they are scared, they start maybe from like staying a little bit far away, and then slowly they come closer and feel very curious about them and realize that they're not aggressive. I
No,
would
of
never
course,
open,
of course.
there are aggressive bees, but I would never open a hive that is aggressive. So, you really noticed, I think that 2 years ago, there was actually a boy who ended up like with his little finger actually cuddling with a little bee, just like stroking the bee's back. It was, I still think about it, almost have tears in my eyes because it
Yeah.
was such a cute moment,
Of course.
from being a little bit scared to cute. So maybe it's you next year.
Yes.
Who knows?
Yes. Yeah, but going back to our Sunday.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Yes. I think it's gonna be really, really, really beautiful.
Mm.
And it's gonna be like a special moment to just slow down, be there, enjoy the fact that we are just there, like with nothing else to think about, to take care of,
Exactly.
and then we can just enjoy.
Right. It's like
Mm.
yoga is done for the day, breakfast is fixed, and it's a little
Exactly.
bit like later, so you can also count it as lunch. So that
Exactly.
you can just go home and be relaxed and really feeling nourished. I noticed in the weekend that the autumn blue was really hitting me. Like,
Mhm.
oh, wow, I really feel like down. And all I needed really was to have lunch with my partner's family, and just having had that connection made me feel so much better. So I really believe that what we are creating is perfect for this season.
Yes, yes, yes. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Me too. So, Sophia, I think that we can start rounding up here, but I still want to give you the space to share any last thoughts. Is there anything else you would like to share that did not come up in our conversation?
Yes. But at the same time, I was like uncovering my true self. I kind of understood the purpose I want to follow. Like
big.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm so grateful, honestly, because it has been a lot of work. Of course, sometimes it has been hard work and difficult work, but I'm extremely satisfied and happy for the result of this work and also for having found my purpose. So, and it took me a while to really understand it. And I think it was already in my life. Like I was already like following that purpose and living by that purpose. But somehow it needed some time to come to the surface.
Yeah. You were not fully aware of
Exactly.
it.
And become aware of it and being able to put it into words.
Yes.
So then I did.
We're happy you did.
And it with beauty and intention. And these things I bring together. It brings together like all the different aspects of my life, or the different like phases of my life and of myself. Because maybe on one side, like beauty is Italy. Okay, it's the warmth from Italy. It's what I carry with me. It's the roots. And the intention is Sweden.
It's the branches.
Stockholm. Exactly. And I bring those two things together and I want to live following that purpose. So I want to always like find beauty around me and acknowledging beauty around me and create beauty and bring beauty into the world. And I want to always move around with intention. I want to sit like, yes, on the driver's seat.
Yeah.
Metaphorically, because I don't have a driving.
But it doesn't even bite. Not
here
here in Stockholm.
Exactly.
Yes, it is. It's a hard biker's life.
Maybe
here.
one day.
Maybe one day.
Yes.
You really have to feel safe.
Yeah.
And you would continue with your mantra.
Exactly. And so I bring together with these two things that are what shaped me and what I want to carry with me and what I want to like follow in my life. So being very mindful being like, put my intention on what I do and always try to create some beauty.
Oh, that's so beautiful. You brought beauty through your words, and I'm very, very curious to see 5, 10 years what this has, right? Because now you are in such a early phase of this. You're very aware, but it's like that fascinating process of what's ahead in 5, 10 years. So what will you have created? Because there is your input, but there also the universe input, of course, right? So it's a beautiful collaboration. So I wish you the best of luck with all your projects. I'm happy to be part of it.
Yeah, I'm so grateful. I'm so humbled by it. And I'm also so like happy about it because I feel like an extremely good connection with you. And I think that we could really work together and create like something beautiful together.
Make it like regular.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm super happy that life brought us together.
Me too.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing all these
Of course.
beauty and intentional thoughts.
Thank you.
That's a wrap for today's episode of the Synergy Podcast. I hope this conversation sparked something within you, a new way of thinking, feeling, or moving. If you love this episode, let me know. Share it, leave a review, or connect with me on Instagram at mielestrega. And if you're ready to go deeper, check out my yoga offerings, come to a yoga class at the studio, and check out my handmade natural body products at mielestrega.com. Remember, your body is yours, your pleasure is yours, and living pain-free is possible. Until next time, move with ease and live with joy.